What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Tom Talks Rubbish, and today I'm back with another AEW Dynamite review. This time reviewing the show that took place on the... Should have pulled up notes first. Sorry, guys. Stupid phone error. On the 18th of March, 2021. Once again, guys, I thought this was a very good Dynamite, topped off, obviously, by that amazing non-sanctioned main event between Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa. I enjoyed some of the innovative spots in that match and the story. And honestly, I didn't expect them to bleed because I wasn't sure that TNT would allow something like that. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a good match. Obviously, we'll get into a very good match. Probably, if I'm being honest, definitely my women's match of the year. Maybe creeping up towards, I know it's still early in the year, but maybe creeping up towards my full match of the year. But yeah, overall, guys, I thought this was a fun Dynamite. And let's get into the minutiae of the show. We kicked off with Cody Rhodes versus Pentagon Jr. Fun match. But it kicked off with, before the match started, it kicked off with, is this called a picture-in-picture promo? Where the wrestlers making their entrance, and then on another screen, you see them cutting a promo from earlier in the day. Penta, through his translator, essentially said that he is going to injure Cody's arm to the point that he will be going on an early maternity leave. So yeah, this got me hyped for the match even more. And yeah, I'd say this match delivered. So basically it started with Penta jumping Cody and then a brawl on the outside of the ring. Back in the ring, we would then see Penta drops on his face. He would then hit what looked like a botch, but I know it was supposed to be a sling blade, but with my eyes it looked like a botch. And he was thrown into... we see Cody then thrown into the ropes. Penta hits a backstabber. And then Cody would hit a massive Hurricane Rana off the top rope. Disaster kick. Cody then super kicks Penta. Cody cutter for a very close 2 count. Cody would then hit the vertebraker for once again a 2 count. The crossroads, once again a 2 count. And then finally, he slams Penta's leg into the ring post, locking on the figure 4. Penta gets out of that, goes to lock it in again. Penta counters that into what commentary described as his finishing move, which is an arm breaker. I'll be honest, I haven't seen many Pentagon singles matches, so if this is his finisher, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, he broke his arm. He did the arm breaking move, and the finish of the match I thought was a bit iffy. We would then see countered into an arm breaker. Cody would eventually then win, get back up to his feet, counter what looked like a second arm breaker into a roll-up pin and get the win. Pentagon would then attack Cody after the match, and the Nightmare Family would come out and make the save, with QT becoming slower every week, which I think this is leading to a feud between him and the Nightmare Family. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a solid opening to the show. Not too sure about the roll-up victory and maybe Pentagon losing, but overall thought it was a good match. We then had a Young Bucks promo where essentially they were like, Kenny Omega's changed, Kenny Omega's this, him and the Good Brothers are now the elite, we're not the elite, blah blah blah. And then Don Callis shows up with a shirt that says no leg slaps, which, as you can tell, is a shot at WWE for their recent policy of no leg slapping during moves. Yeah, thinly veiled shot, but I always enjoy that stuff. I enjoy it. So yeah, and then eventually Don Callis gets to the point of the promo and he's like, you guys aren't the guys I saw in New Japan so many years ago. you need to find those guys again, and you see the Young Bucks looking puzzled, and we would see more of that later in the show. Next, we then saw Jade Cargill, I think it is, versus a jobber, basically, versus someone called Danny Jordan. Essentially, this was a squash match to prove how great Jade Cargill is. We would see a back elbow by Jade, a German suplex, which looked nasty, by the way. And then we would see her version of the Glam Slam that Beth Phoenix hits. I'm not sure what she calls it, because that was probably one of my issues with the show. With it being a taped show, you heard the crowd more, but over commentary, and it was almost like it didn't get the mixing right, and the crowd was almost too loud for the commentary. So at points in the show, especially on the Fight Out, which I watch it on, I struggled to hear what commentary was saying. So yeah, but yeah, she won with her version of the Glam Slam. Yeah, fun to see how. And then we would see her and Red Velvet, who was in the crowd for this show, jaw-jacking back and forth. I would love to see a one-on-one match between those two, and yeah, I thought it was fun enough. It did what it needed to do. We then saw MJF's new group, known the Pinnacle. I couldn't think of their name then, guys, and I hadn't written it down. MJF's new group, the Pinnacle, which features, as you guys saw last week, with their beatdown on Chris Jericho, FTR, Sean Spears, Wardlow, and Tully Blanchard. Yeah, I enjoyed this promo once again. For me, MJF is one of the best on the mic, so this was good. Essentially, the promo starts out with Tully Blanchard saying, I was in the best group of wrestlers when I first started in the business, and now I'm going to end my career in a group with the best wrestlers in the business. And so we would see, and then MJF takes the mic and basically bigs up each member of his group. We heard him say Wardlow is the most powerful big man in the business today. We heard him say that FTR are the only Grand Slam champions in tag team history, which I'm not sure is true, but that was a good big up. And him bigging up Sean Spears in quite a cool way. A wrestler's wrestler. A brilliant man who's not had his opportunity, but now he'll get it. And then there's me, he says. He's like, I'm the greatest on the mic, and I'm only 24 years old. And then he goes on to talk about the fact that he didn't really want to be friends with Jericho, but he played along with him, essentially, to destroy the inner circle from within, and now that's his group's mission statement, to destroy the group from within and become the greatest group in AEW. Yeah, overall, guys, and they're going after every belt. They want the tag titles, they want the TNT title, and they want the AEW championship. Yeah, solid promo. It got across their mission statement. Really enjoyed this. We then saw the Butcher and the Blade, Private Party and Matt Hardy versus Jurassic Express and Bear Country. Probably for me, guys, this was the weakest point of the night because I'm just not invested in this. But yeah, we would see Marco Stunt start off with Matt Hardy, and then, to be honest, my Fight TV app happened and went a bit funny, and I only saw the end of this match. So we would then, towards the end of the match, we saw Private Party hit Gin and Juice on Marco Stunt, and then Matt Hardy tagged himself in, hit a Twist of Fate, and then they won. Matt Hardy's group won. But yeah, solid enough. I do know that we saw more infighting between Bear Country and Jurassic Express because they were eliminated from the Battle Royal by Jurassic Express were eliminated from the Battle Royal by Bear Country, so I like that they talked about that story. Yeah, that was a good enough match and it progressed the story. We would then see a Moxley and Eddie Kingston promo where essentially they were like, Mox is like, I don't want to be here, but I've realised that I need to take out my biggest problem, which is the Good Brothers, before I can take out Kenny Omega. And essentially Eddie Kingston is like, I've got your back and we're going to win. We then saw a backstage promo where Christian Cage spoke for the first time in AEW and he said, I'm here to outwork everyone, and Omega, essentially I'm coming for your title. Like I've said on various groups, I am looking forward to this match. I don't think Kenny Omega will lose the belt to Christian, but it will be a fun program. We then saw the Good Brothers versus Kingston and Moxley. The Good Brothers attack Kingston in the entranceway, and then Moxley would later run out to save his friend. And then they're all brawling backstage, and we would see a magic killer by the Good Brothers hit on Moxley on the outside, and Eddie Kingston would be isolated throughout much of this match. We would then see Moxley get his hot tag finally after being repeatedly kicked off the apron. Pardon me. He would then hit a pile driver for a close 2 count. Anderson would then hit a spinebuster. Moxley would then eventually roll up Anderson for the win. Kenny Omega would then come out dancing as a gif I've seen online, which I have found hilarious, to be honest. And then he would brawl with Moxley and Kingston with the Good Brothers backing him up, and we would see the Good Brothers and Kenny put a chair around Kingston's leg, and I think it was Anderson jumped off the top rope to injure Kingston's leg. We would then see the Young Bucks come out to make the save, and this really cool moment where the Gallows and Anderson and Kenny Omega are asking for a 2-sweet, but the Young Bucks are like, no, we're not going to do that. You three have gone insane. And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed how, and I am enjoying the slow decline of the Elite, I suppose. And I am hoping that we'll get some good fun matches out of it. And the battle lines are starting to be drawn. We then saw, for my money, what I thought was the weakest 2 segments of the night. We saw Darby Allin and Sting do an interview. And Darby wants to defend the championship every week because now his business with Team Taz is over. He wants to be a fighting champion. And he's challenging any member of the Dark Order out of respect for Brody Lee. And we later find out that the member of the Dark Order that's going to accept this match is John Silver for next week. So that'll be a fun match, and I'm looking forward to it. Then, as they're still talking, Lance Archer comes out and essentially says, I'm coming for that belt, and I'm going to keep on interrupting your time till I get notice. Then, this is where I thought the segment was a bit of a overkill, maybe. We would see Brian Cage come out and essentially say, I respect you, Sting, even without your back. You're still the icon. And Team Taz are all like, what the hell are you doing? Like, to Brian Cage. And as they all walk back, as Brian Cage walks backstage on his own, and and Team Taz are all arguing and like confused behind him. Yeah, maybe that's leading to a face turn for Brian Cage. Maybe that was just a throwaway line and a ruse. We shall see. But it was unexpected, and I'm excited to see what happens. We then saw Rey Fenix versus Angelico from Hybrid 2. Probably my weakest match of the night, if I'm being honest. Again, my Fight TV went a bit funny because of internet issues. So all I saw from this match was Phoenix winning with a tombstone. Let me know in the comments below if I should go back and watch this. But for me, it was probably the weakest point of the night. It was the match with the least build and the match that I was least looking forward to. But overall, I feel like it advanced the story because Phoenix and Pac are continuing to win as they challenge the Young Bucks. We then saw a Miro promo where he was like, I don't care about fighting Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor again. Chuck Taylor had his chance to be my butler and then chose not to. So he doesn't want to do it. And then Kip Sabian comes up to him and is like, you forget this guy ruined my wedding and ruined and hurt my bride. I want revenge. So, and then Miro's like, I don't care. Outside the ring, we're friends and stuff like that. But inside the ring, all I want to be now is world champion. This was probably my favourite Miro promo since he's been in AEW. And yeah, I can see if we do get that match, Kip Sabian and Miro losing and Miro absolutely battering Kip Sabian and stuff like that. Yeah, I would. Overall, I thought it was a very good promo and I'm excited to see the match when we see it. We then saw the Pinnacle in the final backstage segment of the night basically go up to what was the Inner Circle's locker room and take off the name placard and replace it with the Pinnacle. Because in a MJF's promo, he said to Jericho, I want everything you had, and that includes your locker room. So we then saw the what's the word? Continuation of that, I suppose. And yeah, I thought it was fun enough. We then had our main event, which was Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa in an unsanctioned match. I'm just going to reel off some spots in this match, and if I don't get everything right, I do apologise, because there was so much in this that you guys just need to do yourselves a favour and check it out for yourself. So Rebel started off, she came out with Britt Baker and she hit Thunder Rosa with the crutch. Britt then hit a spear through the ropes and the two were brawling on the outside of the ring. We would then see chair shots exchanged and hit on each other. Britt would then hit a curb stomp on the steps, which would cause Thunder Rosa to start bleeding, which again, as I said earlier, I thought we wouldn't see on TNT, but I thought was cool. We would then see a brawl outside the ring, a brawl outside the ring, a Rebel taking chair shots and then being put through the table. Obviously, what everyone's talking about, the thumbtack spot where Britt Baker puts thumbtacks in the ring, or drawing pins if you're in the UK. And we would see Britt Baker end up taking a powerbomb on there herself. Props to her, because that must have hurt like hell. Thunder Rosa then hit a suplex from the top rope onto Britt Baker, onto a pile of chairs, and then, like I say, this is all out of order, but like that was just some spots in the match. The finish of the match then came when, after Britt tried to put on the lockjaw, it was counted into a pinfall by Thunder Rosa, and then on the apron of the ring, she hit a Death Valley driver through a table to Britt and won the match by pinfall. Overall, probably, like I said, guys, I haven't done this match justice. Definitely a 5-star match for me and my match of the year so far. Definitely, if you haven't checked it out overall, I definitely recommend checking this match out. Like I said once again, guys, probably a solid edition of Dynamite for me. Really enjoyed it. A few things I didn't enjoy were the constant roll-ups, maybe the whole Sting Darby Allin dynamic is a bit played out, but I've said that before. And yeah, but other than that, I felt like everything else served the purpose, and I really enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.